Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to INTW 2305. This recording is in March the 19th, 2025. So some things may have changed between last year and this year. But in this course here for Brazos Sport, we're going to be working with Microsoft Azure. Companies are starting to move away from physical servers, and they're now going to cloud-based server management. So that's what we're going to be learning in this course. As you go through the lessons, you'll learn several reasons why companies are going from physical servers to Azure cloud-based servers. It's a couple of reasons. So for scalability, cost effectiveness, global reach, security and compliance, hybrid capabilities, high availability and reliability. Once you set up a server in Azure, that server is more than likely not going to go down for extended periods of time. You've also got advanced analytics and AI. So, physical servers sometimes come with several challenges, such as high upfront and maintenance costs, a large physical footprint, which means you're going to need a big building or at least a big room to store all those servers. Plus, you have to purchase an AC unit to keep it cold or multiple AC units. And then you'll have to start buying multiple equipment as your needs start to increase. You also need someone or several people specialized to support those servers. These factors make cloud based solutions like Azure more attractive for modern businesses. So, you've got some work to read or some chapters to read from Microsoft Azure or from Microsoft Learn about Azure. Then this is going to get you ready for the AZ 104 certification. Okay. On top of that, you also have access to labs from Skillable. And with Skillable, that's what we're here to do today to go over maybe one or go over the first lab, which is managing subscriptions and role-based access control. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. And hopefully I can show you some things that may be tripping you up from completing this lab. So if you look back on the homepage for Brazos Sports, you'll see where we started lesson number 2 instead of lesson number 1. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click launch. And once we click launch, you'll have a page like this. Now, unless you're reading everything, like absolutely everything, you may think that you need an Azure account or at least a Live or Hotmail account. That's as your email address. For this lab or for these labs, you do not need that personal account. You can go in and create an account through live.com or through microsoft.com if you like. And this is the Azure portal. I think it's azure.microsoft.com. If you type that in, you'll get this page here. You can use pay as you go if you're working for a company that wants to use Azure, or if you just want to try it out for your company, you can click try Azure for free. Now, again, it's a subscription-based service, so you will have to pay some money up front in order to have access control and start working with servers and different virtual machines. In order to get a Microsoft account, if you don't have one, you can just type in, let's see, Microsoft. I usually type in live.com or Microsoft.com, and it's going to take you to this page here. Once you click here, you can click for a free account, and it'll give you certain number of gigabyte space that you can use for your Microsoft account, and that's how you can log in. Now, luckily for this lab, you don't need any of that. Here on the very first page, it says an Azure subscription has been provided for your use in this lab. Please use the following credentials to sign in. Click on that More button, and it gives you the website to go to. It gives you the username and the password. So we're going to use these credentials in order to start working with Azure. All right, looks like we're back in business. So one easy way that you can type in information inside of this screen here is on this right-hand side. Whenever you see a T, click in the space where you want to type something, some information, click on that T, and that's going to automatically type it in. So for example, if we look at this Lab 2A, Managing Subscriptions and Role-Based Access Control. You'll learn about role-based access control. You learn how to use permissions and scopes to control what actions identities can and cannot perform. You also learn how to make subscription management easier using management groups. This requires an Azure subscription, and your subscription may affect the availability of features in this lab. You may change the region, but the steps are written in English, or excuse me, in East US. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to create a management group that includes all your Azure subscriptions, and we'll also be granting permissions to support requests for all subscriptions in that particular management group. And that permission should only be limited to create and managing virtual machines and creating support request tickets. We are not going to add Azure providers. Okay. That's what we're doing, and we're showing you our architectural diagram, and we've got 4 tasks to complete tonight. So first thing we want to do is we want to sign into the Azure portal. So we don't need Chrome or Firefox or Safari or Opera. We can use Microsoft Edge since it's a Microsoft machine. All right, second thing you want to do is click inside your address bar, erase the about, click on that little T. So you click on that, and as you can see, portal.azure.com automatically pops up. This is going to ask you for a username and password. Down here at the bottom, click on previous, and the cursor is already blinking by email, phone, or Skype. So click on your username. It all automatically types it out. Go to password. It already types it out. Sign in, and then you can hit got it, and we can hit yes to stay logged in. We don't have to sync anything right now. Let's hit next, and then we can get started on our project, on our various tasks. Okay, so first thing you'll see is welcome to Microsoft Azure. And in the top right-hand corner, we're going to exit out of the blue box that's covering the rest of the screen because we don't need that. All right, so now we go to step number 2. And to keep track of where you are, you can hit on those check marks. So under Search, Resources, and Services, let's look for Microsoft Intra ID. There we go. And it pops up under Services. Check that. Now, in the Manage Blade, select Properties. And we're under Properties. This is going to show you your information based on that lab user 495422189. Your name may be a little different, or it may be the same. All right, we will next go to Access Management for Azure Resources. And it tells us here, this user, which is you, can manage access to all Azure subscriptions and management groups in this tenant. This tenant means this account. Okay, so all that looks good. So let's go back up to Search Resources and Services and click on Management. Type that in, and we want management groups. On the management group, now we want to click on Create, which is this one right here. Next, what we want to do is we want to create the group ID of AZ104MG. It's already blinking inside of your group ID. So you click that, types everything in. And then for your display name, it's going to be the same exact thing. Okay. Next, hit submit. Now, as of right now, it's updating in progress. And if we hit refresh, you'll see the new AZ104 management ID has been created. Okay, so that's the first task complete. We've got our root management group and then the management group that we created. All right, so next we want to review and assign a built-in Azure role. So we want to make a virtual machine contributor role, and we want to make it to the member of the help desk. All right. So next, let's click on the AZ-104 management group, like so. Then we want to click on access control here. And then in the middle, you're going to see roles. So these roles here, and these are all the roles. So we want to scroll through, make sure everything's okay. It is. Next, we want to click on add and add role assignment, like so. And then we want the virtual machine contributor. So inside of your search bar, now you'll see two different ones. You'll see classic virtual machine contributor and virtual machine contributor. We want the virtual machine contributor. So we click on it to where it's dark gray. Click on next. Then on members, we want to select the members. And we want to look for help desk. So let's see whether we can find it. So now there's two different types of help desk in here. One is the help desk and one is the help desk app. We want the IT help desk. So we click on that member and click select. And next we click on review and assign. Let's see, once we click here, we want to click that twice. So review and assign again. And as you can see up here on the right-hand side, it's assigning a role assignment. All right. Next, let's continue on to the access control blade. And then on the role assignments, confirm that the help desk group has a virtual machine contributor role. So click on role assignments. And right here under help desk group, you'll see the virtual machine contributor. So that's what you want to do. Okay. So task number 2 is complete. I believe 2 down and 1 to go. All right, next we're going to create a custom role-based access control role. Okay, so now we're going to continue with this access control blade. Click on add, and we're going to add in a custom role. And this custom role is called custom support request. So we're going to add in that information, and for the description, a custom contributor for support request. Okay. Next, for baseline permissions, we want to select clone a role. So we'll click on that. And in the role to clone, we want support request contributor. So we'll click on that. Then we'll click on next. Don't click on review and create. Just click on next and move to the permissions tab, which we're already there. And click on exclude permissions. Inside the search, let's look for support. And it looks like Microsoft.support, so we'll click on that. In the list of permissions, place a checkbox next to Other, Registers, Support, Resource Provider, which is this right here. And click on Add. On the assignable scopes, so we click inside of here. Ensure your management group is listed, which is this group here, AZ104MG. It is listed. Let's click on next. Excuse me. Let's click on review and create because we're done. And then click on create. Says we successfully created a custom role, custom support request, which is great. And next for task number 4, we want to monitor role assignments with the activity log. So this is where you can view the activity log to see whether anybody's created a new role. If you're a cybersecurity or once you become a cybersecurity professional, you may have to go into the logs and see who's created what account or who's created what group or who's created what access control. This is how you can go and review the log to see if any nefarious activity has happened. So let's go to the portal and locate that resource. So I'm going to go back to management groups. Click under AZ-104 management and then click on activity log. And this provides insight on the subscription level events. So something was created or updated, and we wrote a role eligibility schedule request. So if you look at that a little more, you'll see that. And here, you'll see where we started to create a user, or excuse me, create a group, create a role assignment, and also to create that help desk user or help desk group within AZ-104 management. So this is everything that we've done. Okay. All right. So at this point, it says to clean up your resources. If you're working with your own subscription, take a minute to delete the lab resources. This will ensure resources are freed up and the cost is minimized. Easiest way to delete the lab resources is delete the lab resource group. You do not have to do this because you're not working with your own subscription. So at this point, this is complete. You do not have to clean up your resources. All right. You can also extend your learning with Copilot if you like. All right. So, and what you can do is you can also hit these check boxes to get it to 100% because we've completed everything. There you go. And then hit end. And you'll say, do you want to end this lab? Yes, I do. Let's prepare your evaluation. I give it 5 stars. And then we can hit submit. Then we can close this window. And what will happen next is you can refresh this page, but where it says running, it will eventually say that it is complete. It may take a few minutes. There it is right there. So what you do next is you'll take a screenshot where you'll see management subscriptions RBAC, required yes and complete, and the start date and the end date. And you can submit that to D2L for this first assignment. All right. Once you get done with that, I believe you have 2 or 3 more to do inside of this lesson. If you have any questions, please let me know. Via you can do it actually via AMA if you like, or you can send me an email and let me see what's going on, and we can try to help you diagnose what's happening. All right. Well, hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.